Yo, it's your boy Dog C. You're not tuned in to Real Talk Sports. Let's go. Alright, what's up, good people? It's your boy Dog C, man. Back again. Real Sports Talk. You know what's going on. And my guy, my co-host, Slim, we back at you again for another good episode, man. So we're gonna go on and get to it. First things first. Everybody been watching what's going on in the bubble, man. There's been a lot of good basketball. So we're going to stick to that just for this episode. So, 76ers just got swept. You seen it, I seen it. Now the question to me, what I've been pondering is, what do they do next? You know, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, I think, are two generational talents, right?
Yeah.
But in your opinion, what do you do? Do you keep them together? Maybe change some stuff around, or just trust the process as they've been doing, or do you break them up? How you feel?
So, this week was ugly, and
Yes.
I think Embiid probably is feeling a type of way. He might be ready to go. I don't know,
Yes.
but I mean, looking from a GM point of view, overall coach's point of view, I think you keep them together.
Right.
Ben Simmons, 6'10", can do multiple things on the floor. It's just a combination. You got to find the right combination, put the right pieces around them,
Right.
and put them in the right places for them to be successful. And it's going to happen. But looking at Embiid, fatigue, stamina, that's a big thing with him. He doesn't like he take care of himself as a professional would. So, if you're gonna let somebody go, if that is I would say Embiid. I disagree. Yeah, I don't think you should let Ben go.
But your overall view of it is keep them together.
Make it work. Yeah.
I'm with you, but me personally, I think once they let Jimmy Butler go, I thought it was time to blow up the whole team.
Dang.
Because it was their jail. Like, to me, it's a cornerstone. You got to pick a cornerstone player out of the two.
Yeah.
Which it looks good on paper, them together. But I'm just thinking, like, man, with all this, like, you, after so much let down over the years, you finally get two good stars. And to me, it's even more disappointing because at the time, they know they ain't have a chance.
Yeah.
But now they got hope. And even the numbers, man, just before I throw those out to you, I think that you stick with Ben.
Okay.
Like you said, build around him, get him some shooters, get him a solid big man down low that space the floor. Trade Embiid. Get what you can get
What's
for him.
more solid than Embiid, though?
Healthy big man.
Okay.
So,
right.
I mean, like I said, the numbers, man, Ben is almost averaging a triple-double without him. He's 20.9 points, 10 assists, 7.5 rebounds, 1.8 steals. Those numbers go up without him.
Okay.
So, me personally, I would say build around Ben, get him some solid shooters, big man. Like, they still got Al Horford, so you keep Al Horford, but you get someone else, like somebody that can kind of shoot the tray ball a little bit.
But
and play
that's
a
the
little
thing.
deep.
You just said it. Shooting. He can't shoot.
Right.
At least with Embiid, his game is where it needs to be for him to be successful. He just has to stay down in the paint. I mean, every now and again, stretch the floor. And that's what really helps Ben is when they do stretch the floor. But he's most successful in the post. I feel like, personally, you put both of them down there because I don't ever think Simmons is ever going to be a good shooter. He can still do a little point forward things, but when it comes down to closing the game, I think he's better around the rim. And if you have a mismatch with a point guard or a guard on you, you need to exploit it.
And to make my final point on that, I think that's when they both are successful. When you have them both in the paint, but you can't play them both like that because it kind of clogs up. Like when Embiid is out and you put Ben down there on the block. Let him work from on the inside out, have the shooters out. When they play in that mode, they tough to beat.
Yeah.
But as you can see, Ben is out right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how that worked out for them. To me personally, if you
it was switch,
if
you
it was
think
switch,
that Ben would won?
He would have won at least a game, maybe two.
Maybe.
Maybe two.
Maybe.
But
I just feel like he's a better leader than Embiid is.
So yeah, that's just my opinion. But you know, we'll definitely go see what's going on with them.
Word.
But
We'll check back in.
Next, man, this is one that I've been wanting to say for a long time.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's time to give these Raptors more credit, man. Y'all gave all the credit to Kawhi last year, talking about, oh, Kawhi willed this team to the finals. He did this, he did that. They just swept the first round. Not a good team, of course, but you know, they a young feisty team coming up. You know, like I said, they missing KD and
you had it. Oh, you talking about the Nets? Oh,
yeah,
the Nets missing KD. But
yeah,
you want to say the Raptors?
no.
I know it. But go ahead.
They missing KD and Kyrie, but like I said, you know how scrappy they've been playing these last couple of games, especially in the bubble. Yeah. So my thing is this. This is what I want to ask you to follow up.
Okay.
Do we start to say now it was the Raptors that conquered the East and won that chip instead of Kawhi and the Foot Soldiers, or you know, Kawhi and the Raptors? You know, do you speak them as a team, or you still put Kawhi's name ahead of, you know, everything?
You know, I love your delivery. I love that
okay.
whole, you know, pre-law that you gave, a prologue that you just gave us. So do they need more credit?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Oh my Lord!
Come on. Honestly. To be real with you, why I say no is because if we look back at the Raptors' history, they have always been a good team.
Right.
They've always been a good team. It's just they couldn't get over the hump of LeBron. They couldn't make it to the finals. They made Eastern Conference Finals without Kawhi as well. So I know that kind of can lean towards you, but in my opinion, what got them over the hump, what has them playing more solid now, is that Kawhi effect. If you can look and see, I'm just saying, if you can look and see the interviews with all of his teammates thus far, he always has that.
Okay.
It's something that you really can't explain or like add adjectives to, but it's a winning mindset in my opinion. How he is not too high, not too low. You know, it's a game of runs. So as long as when they're on their run, you don't get all up, you know, get panicked. You stay the course, and which is what they've been doing.
Right.
Even when they get down.
Well, let me cut you off for a minute, my brother.
Yeah.
And only one stat I'm gonna throw off.
Okay.
Kawhi last year, their record was 58-24.
Okay.
This year they number two. They number two in the East.
Okay.
53-19. Of course, they cut a couple games because
Kawhi.
But right now,
I'm
saying because of the virus, you know, the season was suspended, whatever. Yeah. But they 53-19. Right now, they number two in defense, or they were going into the postseason. They were number two in defense out of the whole league.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I think that they deserve a lot more credit because, man, what a lot of people were discrediting it was them guys, Van Fleet, even Kyle Lowry, Siakam. Siakam right now showing you he belongs with the great, with I ain't gonna say the top five, but if you want to call him a top 10 player right now, you know what I'm saying, I can make a case for that.
Okay.
But
out the East, right? A top 10 player out the East. Or in the NBA?
in the East he top 5, but in the NBA I can make a case to be top.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
That's the case. I mean, it's not solid because there's a lot of great players in the NBA, but just to do what they doing right now with that record, and then like I said, they done beat everybody.
Yeah.
So I got to give them a little credit for that. So what do you?
I respond by saying that if you do look at their stats are higher.
Right.
But I do think that they had the personnel to succeed in the East, even though I know that the schedule contains West teams as well. I know they have to play 2 out of the schedule. But I'm just saying that these guys were solid beforehand. Let's wait until we see them accomplish something first before we just say, they really were good and Kawhi really did. He was just an addition to the team that put them over the top.
Okay, we gonna hold on to that. Now we'll visit this later because I predict them to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but that also is what leads us to the next topic. Right now, the overall look of the East.
Okay.
Like to me, I think they've got like a little better. You know, I don't think it's the least in conference that people used to call it. But right now, like your overall view of the East, like is looking good to me. And let's just pick a dark horse. Like everybody, of course, the favorites, the Bucks. The Bucks are pretty much the favorite.
Yeah.
But after all that, looking at what's been going on lately, how do you feel about the Bucks? And if not the Bucks, what's your dark horse pick?
Okay, so I'm not as solid on the Bucks as I once was.
Okay.
I do believe some players from different teams are separating themselves right now, and there are some missing pieces from some teams. So we do got to be wary about watching these games and kind of giving when choosing a dark horse, too much credit, as in like the Raptors. The Nets are without KD, and they are without Kyrie. They do have some good players on that team, though, regardless. Right. But, I feel like the Heat play very well against the Pacers.
Yes.
So they could be a sleeper. But I think I'm going to go with the Celtics since Gordon Hayward's out. I think they're
playing a little bit better. Yeah.
Well, Jason Tatum's playing better, but I think the outlook when he got hurt, they didn't think that those guys can kind of fill those shoes and, perform at that level. But at the same time, I feel like their opponent is a pretty good team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I would say the Celtics would be my dark horse, and I'm not sold on Giannis at all.
You know what? It's not Giannis that I'm not sold on. I think their first game lit a fire up under them because I think they was full of themselves like everybody else was, Then once the Magic beat them the first time, I think it lit a fire up on them. So now they've been, playing lights out. But I don't know, man. Chris Middleton, he got to be the guy he is because everybody underrated him. I think he's a star, but he don't get enough attention simply because it's like everybody think, oh, Giannis doing this, but I really think that Chris, once he's just on his top game, he's a star in the league.
Yeah.
And if he can play like that consistently going forward, I don't see nobody beating the Bucks in the East.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to pick a dark horse, I would have to say Boston. I think that Boston is the most complete team. And minus that year, the last year LeBron went to the finals with Cleveland, I honestly think they should have been, they were the better team at that moment.
Yeah.
But just LeBron willed his way past them.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that this is Boston's time, minus, depending on. I'm gonna go Boston. I think that honestly, if any trips happen, it's gonna be Boston and Toronto in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Right? And Game 7, the young guns from Boston show you who they really are.
Yeah.
And they go to the finals.
Yeah,
I think it's my dream right now is Boston, LA back in the finals.
Okay.
Old school rivalry. That's my prediction of the year.
Well, so I think what we got to be wary of is Gordon, his expected date back.
Right.
Even without him, they did play well against a Philly team without Ben Simmons.
Right.
It kind of evened things up a little bit.
Right.
But Tobias got hurt this game. But I feel like the Raptors still pose a threat. That's going to be a tough team for them to play, and it just depends on how these games roll out and how much time is available to the Celtics for them to get back full strength. But full strength, I do think they got the best chance to.
Well, people, y'all remember what I said? I said it first. It's going to be a shot in the dark, but I think rematch LA, Boston, hey, it might be a rivalry. Y'all just, we're going to keep it going. But let's on to the next thing, man. The Clippers, bro. So, Dallas doing their thing right now. They making it look real tough on them.
Yeah. It's getting a little shaky.
For them to be, as everyone said, the best team in the league, hands down, the only competitor is the Lakers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had them beating the Lakers.
Yeah.
But right now, the Mavs are showing that to be questionable.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the Clippers right now? Are you still sold on them, or do you still think they look as strong as people predicted?
I'm still sold only because let me list it out for you, bro. So, good organization, good coach, good players, number one offensive rating. I mean, I honestly don't think the Clippers went into it thinking that they were going to sweep the Dallas Mavericks. I do believe that they knew it was going to be a tough battle going in, but I do feel as if it really, they feel like it was going to be a tough battle no matter where they go. I think they have that type of mindset, like we're just going to grind it out each and every series. So, I mean, Luka made a big shot. I mean, he's stepping up. Porzingis was out. Patrick Bailey was also out. I know a lot of people say he really doesn't matter. That's up to an opinion. You feel what I'm saying? But he does do something for the mentality and for the edge of the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think you can phase the Mavs with that physical talk, but it is good to have him on the floor to make a couple of plays, defensive plays every now and again. Now, Paul George, who some people going to refer to this man out his name as disrespectful, George Paul, he isn't playing well. He's not shooting well, and look,
play out P.
It right now it's not looking good for him. I will say that. But like, shooters shoot. You're gonna struggle. Everybody ain't gonna shoot 100% every night. Everybody's not gonna shoot well in and out of series. So, do I think that he can come up out of this slump? Yeah. Do I think that they can win this series, especially if Porzingis and Mariah comes back positive? Yeah, because it took Luka, which was a good shot. I think he prices that shot.
Yeah.
I'm giving him all the credit in the world. But it came down to a game-winning shot, and it is on the game 4. Let's pump the brakes and let's see how this. It's still a long series, 3 games left.
First of all, before I start, Luka got the best step back in the game. Listen, I know
y'all.
Y'all like Harden. I understand.
It's still cold.
Half the time he be traveling, but we just, you know, that's my opinion. Luka is that dude.
Okay.
But just 2 things I'm gonna throw out to you. For one, man, this is what I've been seeing for PG his whole career. Great player. Well, I'm gonna say very good player. I ain't gonna lie. At his peak, hold on. I'm going to take those words back. When he's playing at his best, Paul George is probably, if you want to call him top 10, top 5 player in the league at his best. Some nights he's better than Kawhi, you know, if you want to be honest. But his whole career, this has been his thing in the playoffs. He has disappeared several times in the playoffs. He has never got past LeBron, which was a good Pacer team he had over there. Good Pacer team. Over here with Russ. He was over there with Russ. Still couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? So, right now, you got arguably the 2nd, 3rd best player in the league on your side right now. You're still struggling. It's still the same old thing. This is just who he is. This is, to me, his year to prove whether he's going to get past that, or it's just we going to always know PG as a great player who just never could shine when it mattered.
All right. So, as you can see, I had a big problem with that. The man has taken Roy Hibbert, a broke down Danny Granger.
Oh my Lord, Danny Granger.
What's his name? Scola?
Yeah.
Lance Stevenson blowing in people's ears, bro.
That was a scrappy good team, you know that.
And Frank Vogel, young Frank Vogel.
Yeah. Where's Frank Vogel coaching right now?
He's coaching the Lakers.
Hey, what record does he have right now? Okay, keep continuing.
I ain't even gonna start on that. All right?
Okay, go ahead.
But look, Paul George has done very well from where he got drafted at. Right. I mean, I don't think expectations have been on him since LeBron, since he came into his career. I don't think he's had that type of. So, do I feel like he is like a co-star? I do feel like he's a co-star. That's his. That should be his position. Right. But when he was the man, he did go to 2 Eastern Conference Finals, did he not? Yeah. Indiana met up with Miami twice, didn't they, in the Eastern Conference Finals? Or did they meet him in the 2nd round and one time in the Eastern Conference Finals?
I can tell you he didn't go further.
I know he did not go further than that. All I'm saying is, as a young guy The man played unbelievable. He's a
Right.
multi-year All-Star.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Paul George is a good player, and with your good players, you know, you're not supposed to see off games that consecutively. I will say that right there might give you a second to say, yeah, you know, like, all right, is he gonna come out of this? You know, what can I do to get him going? But honestly, with Doc being as good as he is, the only thing that he can do is keep giving them looks, keep running his plays, keep giving them looks. I think that with their experience and with their team being as deep as it is, that they can still win this series.
Okay.
Even with Porzingis playing, in my opinion, I do think that they are deep enough and well coached enough. Not taking anything away from Luka, I do think that Luka and them are going to rise as the years go by, and they will make a claim like at the championship. Right. I do think one day that they will make that. But like, we've seen playoff P. We have. I will admit he is playing very suspect, but it is not time to throw away your logic and think that they're not still, if not the best team or the second best team in the league.
Man, hey, listen, I'm not gonna knock that. I'm gonna let that one go. Like I said, we gonna see. Right now the series tied 2-2. We gonna see how it goes. If they let Dallas take this next game, I predict them losing in 6. But if they win this next game, I think that's it for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So I think the game changer in this whole series is this next game, Game 5.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a tell-all how the series is gonna end.
Do you think Porzingis plays?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Right now, it's looking like they ain't got no answer for Luka anyway. So we shall see.
Well, I will say they might have to do. Well, we'll get to that.
Hey, it's time. They gonna play another game. Save them thoughts after Game 5.
Yeah.
But you know what? We can kind of stay there a little bit. So, you know, we know the favorites. We know the favorites. You know, both LA teams. The Clippers, they kind of struggling a little bit. LA just took a demanding lead in the series. They done had 2 good back-to-back games. So, I would say this. Are you confident that the LA teams, either one, are you just for sure that one of those 2 teams are going to make it to the finals? If not, give me your dark horse.
So do I think that the Lakers or the Clippers are still the favorites to make it to the finals?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I am still confident in that.
Okay.
I'm still right now between the Lakers and the Clippers. It's steady swings back and forth for me. Just because I haven't seen consecutive back-to-back games with the Lakers or the Clippers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's swinging back-to-back. So dark horse just overall period or just out the West?
Out the West.
Out the West?
Yeah.
Man, I do not believe in Denver. I do not believe in Utah. I don't know if they're even considered a dark horse, but if I had to give anybody a shot, I would say the Rockets, and I would say them over the Thunder because I just don't feel like that Thunder team has enough
to get past.
Yeah, but with Harden playing the way he is without Russell, and then when Russell gets back, the lane's gonna kind of open up for both of them because they have to respect them. I will lean towards them, even though, in my opinion, they're both choke artists. Feel how you want about that.
You know what? Interesting. We're going to save that topic for another day because that is definitely something I want to talk about with those 2.
Yes, sir.
If if the Rockets make it past and Russ come back, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But me, honestly, I still think it's the Clippers worrying me a little bit, but I still see the Lakers, Clippers, Western Conference Finals. I still see the Lakers winning it all.
Okay.
But if I was to go out on a limb right now, I would say Dallas, if they can get past the Clippers. That was my only dark horse going into the playoffs. I think that if they can actually get past the Clippers, which is it's a stretch, but if they do, I think that's one team that I'm just like, whoa. Like if the Lakers have to play them, I'm just like, man, it's gonna be a tough series because of first of all what they're gonna have to do to get past the Clippers. It's gonna be a task itself.
Yeah.
So if they end up making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, you see at this point they not scared of nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They, Luka's a dog. Luka's unstoppable.
Yeah.
To me, and
I agree.
If you put them in the Western Conference Finals, I'm just like, man, it's gonna be one of the things that's gonna have me on edge. Like they would have me more nervous than the Lakers playing the Clippers. Honestly.
I know our supporting cast is suspect.
Right.
But do you believe that much in them, though? The Dallas supporting cast, Hardaway,
yes.
Curry. So
yes.
So when it gets
yes.
tough and it gets
yes.
tight.
Yes. Because I think that right now this game shows you Luka out there, which Luka went crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever he needs someone to make a shot, they make it.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people, they give the Clippers like, oh, top to bottom, they got great bench players, great role players. But if you actually paying attention to this system, well, not the system, but to this series.
Yeah, to the system, too.
Yeah.
Their bench players play pretty well
right.
without Luka on the floor sometimes.
Whenever they need a big shot, whether it's Tim Hardaway or Seth Curry, they are making it happen. They are making big shots. Like
another guy we're not thinking about is Trey Burke. He's been playing well.
He's a good defensive player. I like him.
Yeah.
But right now, what I'm seeing for them, like I said, people are sleeping on their role players.
Yeah.
But them guys are stepping up. Like Luka doing his thing.
Well, are we getting too caught up on the Luka train though?
No, because I think Luka for real, man. I think that everybody gonna have their pick. Once LeBron leaves, everybody gonna be looking for that transition star. Who's the clear-cut next best player in the league? Like,
who gonna be the face of the
league?
league?
Out of these young guys, man, I think that Luka is definitely the best out of the young players. And I think he's going to give some of the older players, the more veterans, trouble. Like, because the next phase to me right now still is going to be Kawhi. It's going to be KD.
So you think Golden State is over with?
No.
Because when, after LeBron leave, Steph and
Clay still together. Listen, you know what? I apologize for those guys.
KD and Kyrie.
You know what?
As far as the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
Now,
not as a team. I was speaking on like individual players.
Okay, so you think Luka
I think
is gonna rise above?
All.
I can't.
I think that he's gonna give trouble to those veterans because he's doing it right now. So
he's a problem.
So I mean, that's to me in the next 5 years, I would say Luka is gonna be the best player in the league.
Oh. I think he's found another LeBron, y'all.
No,
LeBron,
man. I can't listen. I don't know what it is about this guy, but he's something different, man. I think that this early in his career, LeBron was a force of nature.
He was an athletic monster.
I don't even think LeBron had the moves that Luka does at this point in their career.
Well, Luka's good at changing his speed.
Right.
And people forget he's 6'7". He's a big dude. Like, he's not small like that at all. So, and like that shot on Reggie Jackson.
Right.
Reggie's just too little.
Man, this guy's a problem,
Too little, man.
But so we pretty much the same. Still got the Lakers Clippers in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's our take, man. Right now, we watching the bubble. We gonna continue to see what team rises. By the end of this first round, it's gonna be a lot of questions answered about who's next, who we have more faith in. But we still got more games left, man. To me, it's been an interesting first round for some teams, and we're gonna keep watching, you guys. But that was our take today. The NBA bubble. So far, But we will continue to, bless you guys with some good talk, man. But that's all for me today.
Y'all stay safe out there.
You know what it is. Me, myself, Dog C, man. My partner, my co-host, Slim, man. Y'all stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share. See y'all next time.